For more than 20 years in the journalism and public relations industry, former reporter Mr. Miguel Burnett says that it is kind of democratization of the influence, as to a third of the content creation and the inversion of influence of authority.
I think one of the biggest implications of social media is that it allows for more points of view that is harder for the government to both monitor and control. Mass media was controlled by big corporations or the government itself, right? Now it's the other way around. It's flipped over because of social media. And you now have a situation where anybody can create content and publish it. Anybody can have a wide audience.
As Mr. Burnett says that everyone can express their opinion by using social media, so the media review phenomenon in the Singapore seems to have also been affected.
To be fair, because of digital media, I think one of the indirect consequences also is that the government has also gotten a lot more lenient than it used to be. Now, I'm sure some of that probably still happens behind the scenes, but I just think that from a lot of it is it's a lot freer now than it used to be. I think it's a lot more open now.
Singapore has had a very tightly controlled media environment for many years. It has created this atmosphere almost of self-censorship.
Even before the government tells a journalist, "We don't like what you've written," they're already second guessing. They say, "Oh, somebody might get upset, or my boss might get upset, my editor might get upset." So they police themselves. They kind of censor themselves, which is probably the worst thing you could ever have when it comes to journalism, because that means the government doesn't even have to interfere. People are already stopping themselves from doing stuff.
Digital media is trying to get income by making more and more sensational headlines to get more traffic, but this only exacerbates the problem.
In other words, you're not creating real value for the viewer. If you look at, say, a publication like the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal or the Washington Post, these are companies that have successfully migrated online, are more successful than they've ever been, and continue to make money despite the fact that their main audience reach doesn't come from print anymore. And the reason for that is because they did not go down the clickbait route. They decided to maintain the quality and the integrity of their journalism. You can say very clearly, subscribe to the New York Times, and the consumer knows, the subscriber knows exactly what value he's going to get. He's going to get New York Times level journalism, New York Times level integrity, right? Which he doesn't, which is very hard to get anywhere else.
Media companies should ensure the quality of the news they provide in order to provide value to the audience. This is Shang Gefeng. Recently, the government passed a bill to crack down on fake news to let the public rethink the impact of social media on journalism ethics. Because fake news always appears on social media,